Draw My Life, High School Edition by Eliza Levy. Freshman year. I entered GHS feeling like a small fish in a big sea of foreign creatures. As soon as I began to find some solid ground, it was over. Sophomore year began with an event that sort of changed the way I approached life. Someone who I considered a close friend decided to make fun of my appearance over the internet on an account which she presumed I would never see. When I found out, I was furious and hurt for a long time. I had a chip on my shoulder because of this. Whenever she walked into a room, my mood would immediately plummet and be replaced by feelings of anger. Then one day, I realized my anger didn't make her feel any worse about her actions. All it accomplished was making me feel worse. Here I realized that there was no point in holding on to petty anger. You will be so much more happy if you focus on all the positive things in your life rather than the negatives. So, if I could give any piece of advice to underclassmen, it would be to not be petty. It's not worth it. Later, I happened upon this book called The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. The main character, Charlie, is a total wallflower. He's quiet and tends to sit on the sidelines instead of participating in activities. I totally related to this because I get a lot of social anxiety. But then Charlie meets great friends, the flamboyant Patrick and the spunky Sam. With encouragement, Charlie blossoms, and finally he's able to break out of his shell. I had a similar experience. At the end of sophomore year, I began to become close with someone who has changed my life. My best friend Morgan and I are complete opposites. Liberal versus conservative, quiet versus loud. But we complement each other perfectly. She has pushed me past my comfort zone, which is no easy task, and I am eternally grateful for this. Whether it's just talking to strangers in the elevator or singing karaoke in a big crowd, she has taught me to be unafraid in life. And let me tell you, I learned life is better taking risks. You can spend your whole life wondering what could have been, or you can just live in the moment and experience it. I recall ATVing in the Dominican Republic with Morgan over spring break last year. It reminds me of a quote from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And in that moment, I swear we were infinite. Junior year was a lot of work. I mean, a lot. But the hardest part of the year was my sister getting diagnosed with bipolar disorder. It was a huge time of chaos for my family. A lot of questions and a lot of confusion. But from this experience, I learned a lot about compassion. My sister has taught me so much about perseverance, and through her, I have gained a new lens of compassion for all those who suffer from mental illness. The summer after junior year, I had the amazing opportunity to volunteer at Camp Crystal Lake for 5 weeks. Here, I was allowed, even encouraged, to be goofy, fun, and as weird as possible. It was such a safe and positive environment. And here was my game changer. It's okay to be different. Those who scoff at your goofiness are not worth your time or attention. Finally, senior year rolled around, and it was time for the beginning of the end, the college application process. I was being asked to put the core of myself into a single essay of 500 words or less. This provided some forced self-reflection. I thought of the qualities I pride myself on: loyalty, love, and integrity. But the essential figure I began to see myself as was a rebel in disguise. Throughout high school, I have slowly developed from an outspoken nerd to someone with solidified beliefs, sometimes radical and unafraid to share them, but still a nerd. So what's next? I want to go everywhere I can, expand my mind and my understanding of people unlike me. However, what I need for my future is to make change for good. I hope to document struggles in film in order to enact change. I am thankful for my years at GHS, and I, from the bottom of my heart, wish the class of 2016 the very best. To quote Charlie one last time, "So this is my life. And I want you to know that I am both happy and sad. And I'm still trying to figure out how that can be. Thank you."